Most game companies now only care about profit, and the player is the last thing on their minds. So I decided to make a series about game companies from the worst to the best, and I'll start with EA. Because it's considered the worst in the gaming industry. EA as a company owns two of the most important game titles in the gaming scene, FC, formerly known as FIFA, and Battlefield, the main competitor to Call of Duty. But since FIFA 22 and Battlefield 5, the company has lost a lot of its audience because of its greedy approach to squeezing as much money as possible from players in indirect ways. Then Battlefield 2042, and the company completely collapsed, especially after FC 25. All the titles I mentioned had one thing in common. The goal was to make as much money as possible with minimal effort. Not like, for example, 2K with GTA 5. Yeah, it's true they haven't released any other GTA game in a long time, but the game is still selling even though it's been out for more than 12 years. No, I'm not gonna put in all that effort. I'm not going to make a game that actually makes players want to buy it. No, I'll just add microtransactions inside the game even though it's already a paid game, not free, and you have to pay to play the full game even though you already bought it. But you'll have to pay again inside the game to actually enjoy it and feel the value of playing. Not to mention the failure of many titles like Star Wars and Dragon Age, and then there's the Black Panther game that got cancelled, with a lot of employees laid off, and EA literally ended up on the brink of collapse. And from here, I'll start my video. Why do I hate EA? And I can't forget Star Wars Battlefront 2 in November 2017. The game was highly anticipated and its trailers were visually stunning. But everyone was shocked when they found out that the character Vader was locked, and to unlock him, you either had to pay $80 or play for 40 hours. And when someone complained about this on Reddit, the official account replied at the time saying it didn't matter that we locked an important character. What matters is that you feel proud when you unlock him after 40 hours of gameplay. And of course, this shows just how little the company cares about the players. But what happened next from the players was a shocking response to the company. That company comment got more than 600,000 downvotes, and after that, many countries banned the in-game purchase system because it started to be considered a form of gambling. Many countries banned the in-game purchase system because it started to be considered a form of gambling, and that's exactly what I see happening in FC right now. You could literally spend over $500 and still not get the player you want, or not even get an important player at all. Because the company's greedy system doesn't give you what you want so that you keep buying and stay hooked. It's a cycle of money circulation that really resembles gambling. So what if I don't buy FIFA points and just play with the players I managed to get from regular packs? What happens then is that you'll be put into a system called DDA, or Dynamic Difficulty Adjustment. And here, the game is basically telling you outright that it's not just about someone who spent hundreds of dollars. You come in with your regular team and beat him. No, instead we set up a system that makes his AI level higher than yours so he can beat you and feel satisfied with the money he spent. What changed is that after the company lost more than $6 billion, the company is now giving in to the players with a promotional campaign for FC 26 called We Hear You. And at that point, they were convinced that the players could literally bring down an entire company and force it to reconsider its decisions. And the same thing happened with Battlefield, which completely changed in its latest trailers. And indeed, the series went back to being more like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. That was exactly what the fans were saying, as they had complained a lot about Battlefield 5 and 42. They even said themselves that this game would be the true successor to Battlefield 3 and 4, and this is an attempt by the company to satisfy the players. But is this mistake really the company's fault itself? The blame here also falls on the players who encourage the company's greed and avarice. They're the ones buying in-game content and helping this trend spread even more than before. So I hope that the players themselves will change so that the companies will start caring about the gamers again and games can go back to how they used to be. If you liked my personal opinion, please give a like and subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And goodbye.